Firstly, I'm going to start off by priming my eyes using MAC's 24-hour extended eye base. So because Honeymoon is a shimmery palette, I like to incorporate some matte eyeshadows to give the look more dimension. I'm going in with my Vise Art Matte 01 Neutral Matte Palette. And I'm going in with this peachy color with a Tom Ford flat eyeshadow brush. And I'm just going to pat this all over my eyelid. And this is going to set the eye primer that I put down and also act as a base for the eyeshadows. So as a transition color, I'm going to go ahead and take this eyeshadow right here. This is a MAC 286 brush, and I'm going to apply this back and forth in my crease area. To a richer color, and I'm going to take a combination of this very last one and this darkest one right here, and right underneath that I'm going to apply those two colors. Okay, so now we're going to actually move into the colors of this beautiful palette, and I'm going to work with these colors primarily on the lid since they are more so of a shimmer base. I'm using a MAC 242 flat shader brush. This is a synthetic hair brush, and I'm just going to take this brush and pick up the first color in the palette, the lightest color, and I'm just going to use this to press this eyeshadow down on the inner corner of my eye. Eyeshadows are beautiful. They glisten and glow. I'm so excited to actually have this palette. It's beautiful. So I'm not going to take this color in too far. It's just going to be our inner corner highlight. So for the lid color, I'm going to take the shade right next to it, and I'm going to apply that directly on the lid. However, I'm not going to cover my entire lid with this color. I just want to stop like right here where the pupil is because I wanted to use the other colors in the eyeshadow palette. I just sprayed a little bit of Fix Plus on my brush to intensify these eyeshadows, this color that I'm packing on my lid right now. You can do that with these eyeshadows because they're meant to be used wet or dry. First, dry, and then I'm going to go and spray it wet to intensify it. So I'm just loading my brush up with that color, and then I'm spraying it once, like about this far away, with MAC Fix Plus, which is a glycerin based spray. And then I go back on top of it and I pack a little bit more eyeshadow. And I find that this is how you get the eyeshadows to pop the most. And then I kind of go back over it and then blend it with my blending brush. No extra products. And I just blend as I go. I'm going to go into this cranberry shade and using the same exact brush, just kind of wipe it off a little bit. I'm going to dip right into this color and place it right next to the second color that we placed on our lid. And I'm just patting that right on the edge, and I'm not taking it all the way out to the outer corner because I still want to leave room for this fourth color. And then for this very, very last move, I'm going to take our blending brush and go over our transition and crease shade one more time to make sure that it's blended. And then I'm going to take this very last color with this brush, and I'm going to start to buff it right on that outer corner in that space that we left open, and gently merge it to the transition color. I actually want to go back with that cranberry shade because it's really getting lost in the transition, and apply more of that. And then I want to go over it with a clean brush. This is a MAC 239, and I just want to apply those lid colors again because I feel like they're not popping like how I want them to. There we go. $2.39, save the day. And then I'm going back in with that inner corner color again because I just want to re-intensify that. This is the only color of the palette that I did not spray with Fix Plus, but it's still reflective. The smallest amount, I'm putting that right underneath my brow bone, because if you apply it very lightly, it looks like a highlight instead of like the straight gold that it looks like on the inner corner. Okay, so now I'm going to clean up my under eye with some concealer. This is the, you guessed it, NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, and this isn't biscuit, this is actually custard. And so now I'm going to quickly set my concealer using a MAC, let's see, shaping powder. And I'm going to take Light Sweep. Love this one. Right. And so now off camera, I'm going to do some eyeliner. And this is a burgundy color called Great Dane by MAC. So now I'm going back in with the Tom Ford palette in the darker color. And I'm just going to smoke out the bottom lash line. And this is a Wayne Goss pencil brush. While I'm waiting on my lashes to dry, I'm going to go ahead and set my face using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. So now, I really don't want any eyeliner on my waterline for whatever reason today. I'm okay with this. So I'm done with my eyes. But for contour, I want to go in with, let's see, what's my combination? Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of Shade Stir and Definitive. These are MAC sculpting powders. And I'm just going to buff that right here. Right here. Want my hairline just a touch. I like this brush because it just blends it out for you. This is a Tarte. I don't even know the name of this brush, but it's really nice. It's soft and fluffy and it just buffs out the contour for you. Like, the Tom Ford blush brush, and I'm going to take, well, firstly I'm going to layer two blushes. This is MAC Eternal Sun and this is NARS Orgasm. And so firstly I'm going to take Eternal Sun and just really dust that on my cheeks, right? This blush is way more pigmented than I remembered it being. And then on top of that, I'm going to go in with my highlighter. And this one is the Laura Geller highlighter in Gilded Honey. And I'm just going to take this same brush because it's so soft and fluffy and you need it. And just really feather that highlighter on. Everything on your face needs to be blended. Blended. Alright, so then for lips, I'm taking the Stila Stay All Day Matte Liquid Lipstick. I guess all liquid lipsticks are matte. This one is in the color Chianti, C-H-I-A-N-T-I. I'm going to go over it a little around the edges with a MAC lip liner, and this one is called Be Spoken For. And then I'm going to spray with some Fix Plus too. Give me a do-your look. And this is the finalized look, so let me go ahead and tell you my thoughts on this palette. The Honeymoon palette obviously is going to be a pretty palette, but do I like this one just as much as I like Nude Dip? I do not know what Nude Dip is. Nude Dip is another Tom Ford eyeshadow palette with other neutral colors that's in this same formula. So now Tom Ford has two eyeshadow palettes in this same formula. These eyeshadows are very, very smooth and velvety to the touch. They almost feel like they're a cream, but they're not. They're an eyeshadow. They also feel sort of wet when you touch them, and they give you really intense smooth pigment payoff. But these right here, I'm not It's not my favorite. It does not replace my love for nude dip because the reflective quality in these eyeshadows is not the same as in nude dip. These two colors have that sheen and these two do not. This one is just like a regular eyeshadow, and this one, I had to layer it so many times for it to work for me. But these two were really nice down here. So if you want to get your hands on it, you just can keep checking websites. Like Neiman Marcus has been sold out of it. Nordstrom doesn't have it. It is a permanent eyeshadow palette, so they will be restocking online, but right now it is sold out. So check at your local Tom Ford counters to see if they have it if you want it to. I like the palette. I'm not necessarily in love with it the same way that I was in love with the nude dip palette, but I am still going to keep the palette. I think that it's still gorgeous, but I just was holding it to nude dip's expectations, and it didn't quite meet it, but it's still good. It does retail for $80, so it is kind of expensive. $24 to $60, $80. That makes each eyeshadow about $20. And I like Tom Ford eyeshadows, so I'm always going to buy ones, especially if they come in this formula. I'm always going to buy this formula. But I like Tom Ford. Tom Ford is like one of my favorite brands at this point. So if you all have not checked out any of his eyeshadows or cosmetics or his line in general, everything pretty much is phenomenal. So definitely go check this out at the counter and swatch it on your hands and see if you like it. And let me know what you all think. So I hope that you all enjoyed this look, and make sure you subscribe, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.